Hey guys, as the title says, being dyslexic. Yeah, I've been dyslexic all my life. I've been probably avoiding talking about it for all these years, but I'm thinking, okay, I'm doing YouTube. There's stuff here. When I do collections videos, I will avoid saying words, and I just feel like it's time to talk about this sort of stuff. And I'm not doing it for sympathy or pity. I don't want none of that. I just feel like I think there's like 1 in 5 people out there that suffer dyslexia, and maybe you're dyslexic, but you don't talk about it like I do. But maybe there's people out there that don't know they're dyslexic, and maybe I can shed some light on this for you. And you're not alone out there. There's a lot of us that are dyslexic. 1 in 5. That's an incredible amount. So what are some of the common signs of dyslexia? Now I wrote this stuff down because otherwise I'm going to forget it. Definitely reading, including reading out loud. Now I would avoid at all costs trying to read out loud. From primary school right up to even now. If I have to do something at work, I would say, oh, I left my glasses. I haven't got my reading glasses or something like that. I make it some excuse not to read because I do get petrified of that. Or otherwise, if I knew I had to read, I would be focusing so much on what I had to read while everybody else is doing their bits. But I would really try to focus and just hope to God and stuff it up. So slow with reading and writing as well. It's something that took me a long time to learn. Another thing is spelling. Always had problems with spelling. There's a lot of words over the years I couldn't spell. As I get older, I've kind of taught myself more words to spell. Back in primary school, this is going back to the 70s, this sort of stuff wouldn't have been diagnosed, it wouldn't have been researched the way it is today. So if you're dyslexic in this day and age, it's a lot easier for you. I remember back at primary school, I think it was maybe in the 5th grade, 6th grade, I think they sent somebody out to do a vision test for me and a hearing test and some other tests as well, because they thought maybe I was a bit slow, or I needed to go to a different school altogether. But with the testing, it just came back. They said, "Oh, he's just a below average student. Just needs to apply himself more." But to find out when later on in life you're dyslexic and you put all those pieces together. Avoid activities involving reading. That's so true. I mean, even for me to read this now, I have to really focus, because when reading, like, I will avoid reading books, because by the time I got to an end of a page, I'm like, what the hell did I just read? I just don't retain that for some reason. It just, the words will get jumbled around. I'll see words there, like researching famous people who are dyslexic, which I'll get to soon. I went through that and I saw a thumbnail, a slideshow to famous people with dyslexia. So I clicked on that. The first person that showed up on that screen was Dwayne Johnson. I'm thinking, hang on, Dwayne Johnson is not dyslexic. And when I reread it again, it was famous people with depression. So that's just the way our brains think. I think with the dyslexia, well, those of you that don't have it, the normal population, I guess you can say, you think with the right side of your brain. All the reading, writing, all that sort of stuff is in your right lobe. With dyslexia, we think different. It's all in the left lobe. We're pretty creative people, but no means are we dumb. Would you call Albert Einstein, Richard Branson, or Steve Jobs dumb? You wouldn't. Believe it or not, they're dyslexic like me. So we're an exclusive club, I feel. Another thing is mispronouncing words, and problem trying to retrieve words and break down them into syllables. Perfect example. I can't read that. I can't read this. I can try and break it down, make an ass of myself, but I can't read it. Another one, I cannot read that word. I can read warrior. This one, good luck with me. another one. I think last year I did my PlayStation 4 collection. I avoided saying this at all costs, I think. I just talked about how great game it was, but I can't say that word. And only recently, I think, because I did my PlayStation 2 collection, I asked my wife for this, Okami. If I didn't ask, or if I didn't look it up on a YouTube video, a review video where they actually say the word Okami, I wouldn't be able to say that. And that's pretty much how I've gotten through life, with just either asking or just trying to, just asking people, or Googling it or stuff like that. So that's pretty much the I think there's like 4 forms of dyslexia that I have. Like I said, I'll read stuff that I'll see words that are not there. I'll mispronounce words, or I can't even pronounce words like these things. I cannot pronounce that. But yeah, like I said, it doesn't mean that we're stupid or dumb or anything like that. We just see things in a totally different way from everybody else. And some of the strengths of dyslexia, strong memory for storytelling. And that was one thing I noticed at primary school. I was really strong with telling stories, and I think especially after I saw Star Wars: A New Hope, I would go from an F in English to an A with my storytelling. I would be able to write my own stories and have a vivid imagination, and that really did spark it. Seeing that movie, we have excellent puzzle solving skills. I don't know too much about that for me. I think I skipped that one. I still have difficulty with solving puzzles when playing some of these video games. Wonderful imagination, which is kind of like storytelling as well. But yeah, I do have abstract thinking. Definitely, I do fit into that box as well. And thinking outside of the box is something that, yeah, I have to agree with. I remember when I had to do a job interview, one of the questions was, what can't you live without on a desert island? And the first thing I said was food and water. And the people interviewing me looked strangely at me. I'm thinking, what did I say wrong? That's logical, isn't it? They were probably thinking, oh, a cell phone or something else, but they were really, really shocked when I said food and water. They were like, really? So I don't know if that's thinking out of the side of the box, but for me, that was. So that's some of the strengths of us, I guess you could say. There's a lot of famous people out there that have dyslexia. Some of them I didn't know before, like I think it is Keira Knightley, Orlando Bloom. I knew that Tom Cruise is dyslexic. Steven Spielberg, Whoopi Goldberg, Oprah Winfrey, Selma Hayek, Stephen Hawking, one of the most brilliant minds of the 20th century, was dyslexic as well. So JFK as well, John F. Kennedy, who would have thought? So just because there's a lot of us that have this form of, it's a hereditary disorder, I guess you can say, it doesn't mean we're dumb. Jamie Oliver as well, John Lennon, that's incredible. I didn't know about them as well. Noel Gallagher, Jennifer Aniston, wow. So you can see, it doesn't mean that we're hindered in a way. I've worked my way up to be a facility operations manager when I was working at the casino, to where I am now, a department manager for a supermarket. So it hasn't really hindered me in my life, but it does still bug me when I can't say things like this, that I should be able to break it down into a syllable where I should be able to say it, break it down, but I just can't do it. I can try and, like I said, make an ass of myself, but there is a lot of help out there these days, compared to when I was back as a kid in the 70s and 80s and 90s working, all that sort of stuff. There was nothing like that, but there's so much help out there today, and I just hope that this is all impromptu. I haven't really made a list of things I wanted to talk about. This is just all me rambling on, which is the best way for me to do it, for me to write stuff down. I'm just going to make a total mess of it, but it just does show you that if you do have problems reading, if you are seeing words sort of jumping around the page, mispronouncing words, then yeah, that's Dyslexica. There's a lot of help out there. I'll leave a link down below to some of this sort of stuff. Like I said, I'm not looking for pity. I just want to talk about this so you understand me more. When I do videos, when I do mispronounce words or it just doesn't seem right, that's the reason why. But you know, by no means we are stupid or dumb or ignorant or anything like that. We're just an elite club. Keanu Reeves as well is dyslexic, so there you go. So yeah, guys, if you do feel that you have had problems like this, there will be links down below. It's nothing bad to talk about this. I've held off for over 50 years, and I just felt, okay, I'm doing this YouTube stuff, so I've got an audience there now, and maybe if I can help one person, then that's all. That's why I'm doing this. So yeah, guys, if you are suffering it, let me know. We can have a discussion about this, or you know, talk amongst family and friends, get professional help, and there's nothing you can do to cure it, but there are techniques where you can minimalize it. See, I can't even say some words sometimes, but you can minimalize it. So yeah, thanks very much for watching, guys, and see you next time. Bye.